All right, joining us all the way from Melbourne, I believe. New Melbourne Rebels hooker, Alex Mafi. Marf, how you doing, brother?
Hey, lads, how are you?
Living the dream, Marf. Mate, new signing with the Rebels. You must be excited making your way down to Melbourne to play your trade down there for the next couple seasons.
Yeah, super excited, Jay Bohr. It should be a good opportunity for a change of scenery, so we'll see how that goes. I'm really looking forward to it.
And Lecky, you obviously had the neck surgery at the start of the year, which ruled you out of most of Super Rugby Pacific. How's that coming along? Are you going to have a run around for the Bull Sharks before you head down south?
Yeah, it's been going good, Dossie. Sort of only got about 3 weeks left to go. Rehab's been about 4 months so far. Then I'll have a run with Bond hopefully on that weekend against West at home.
Yeah, and you're going to lose.
Can you please destroy them?
Yeah, I might come out of retirement and play 5th grade. Well, Marf, what was it? Like, there's been a lot of speculation. I mean, a lot of people don't actually know what happened with the neck. If you don't mind talking about it, like, what was it in particular?
It just sort of had an ongoing issue that sort of just gradually got worse and worse. We were managing it for about a year. Then just got to the point where sort of just physio and strengthening sort of work wasn't enough. So then I had to go under the knife and get a fusion at C5-6.
Whoa.
That's obviously that holding yourself up there at hooker type injury, yeah?
Yeah. So I think that's like mainly where it comes from. It's like that actual loading that the hooker gets exposed to on the bind.
You don't realise you've got like a ton behind you on your neck.
Yeah. But I think that some laws have been implemented so far. I think they were using it on the weekend as well in a test match, and that the hooker has to leave his foot up.
Yeah. No, we heard. Yeah, the referee saying keep your right foot up. So that as you said, to stop that axial loading on the engagement there.
Yes, I think they should have brought that rule in last year.
It's hard, isn't it? You can't stop yourself. It's the only way to sort of load up or whatever to try and get in.
You want to try and win the bind. Yeah.
But yeah, how is it coming along, Marf? Like it is tracking well.
No, yeah, it's really good. Sort of next at a point where it's stronger than it was before it got injured. So I'm feeling heaps confident with it now. Just got to tick off doing contacts and have started scrumming already. It's feeling good. So yeah, like confidence is super high just because of results in strength and how it's been pulling up post contact and post scrumming. Just got to sort of up the ante a little bit the next couple of weeks and then get through that and hopefully be back out on the field for the Bull Sharks.
Nice. Marf, obviously you spent a lot of your career, or majority of your career at the Reds, with some time in between in Japan. What's exciting you most about heading down to Melbourne? Obviously you're reconnecting there with this Stylesy, who you would have had up here. What's the most exciting thing about it?
Just a change of scenery, to be honest, Al. I've been rolling into Ballymore since I was in grade 9, I guess, with all those NTS academies and all that sort of stuff. So just sort of go and have a bit of a change of scenery and just train and live in a different place will be really good for me. I think that was something that I thought went well for me when I went over to Japan. Sort of just having a change of scenery and seeing a different approach to rugby and learning a different style of footy. I think I really benefited from that when I came back in 2019.
And have you started to look for some real estate down there? Figured out who you're going to live with, or speaking to the boys around the hot spots, where to live down there?
Yeah, I've got a roommate. You guys probably don't even know this. No one even knows this yet. But yeah, sort of got a roommate in Hamish Stewart. He'll be coming down next season as well. So we'll be looking.
Shit!
We'll be looking for a place in Richmond, I guess.
Yeah, the boys.
The boys. So Hamish Stewart has officially signed with the Melbourne Rebels.
Yeah, he told me to let you fellas know.
Marv, that's our first exclusive. Bless you, man. That was awesome.
How good was that?
Oh, hell yeah. What do we do now?
So Mafi, mate, I got a few of the tacos message me on the weekend because their scrum go backwards. Just wondering when you're going to sign for Kalitahi, mate.
Oh, frick. I'm never not going to say no to that, but I'm
Did you hear that, Kev? Did you hear that, Kev, mate?
First and foremost, going to try and get myself into a gold jersey. But yeah, I'll never knock my homeland.
Perfect, mate. That's what we want to hear, mate. Because yeah, like I said, they like a brother scrum, just go backwards. It's not good,
So Muff, while you're still playing in Australia, that gold jersey's still the ultimate goal.
Yeah, 100%. It's a big motivator for me at the moment. Yeah, I guess I felt like I've fallen short a few times the last few seasons, just through injury, I guess, and to sort of go close and never have the opportunity to sort of be in selection around this time of the year. Yeah, I guess this time around, I'm hopefully fighting fit in a few weeks and. See what happens. I guess anything can happen. I guess we just got to stay ready and opportunities arise as we've seen in the likes of Sammy Talakai rolling in there. Injuries happen, I guess. So
exactly.
It's an unfortunate case of the game we play, but it happens.
Well, not wearing a Reds jersey might make it a bit easier to get in the Wallabies as well. With how many Reds getting picked. Mate, you're going down to Melbourne. You're going to have to go up against Big Nella. Have you got a tactic for how to, come scrum time, how to put him off his game? Do you put some Skittles down in front of the scrum? Or do you tell him a joke? What's his weakness come scrum time?
You just put it on the deck. You just put it on the floor every time.
That's it. Skittles.
Just leave it in the ref's hand.
Hey, Muff, mate, there's some massive hookers getting around the world, like your Malcolm Marxes and all that sort of stuff. Who would be your toughest opponent you've come up against in scrummaging?
Ryan Franny.
The Argentinian bloke, Montoya.
Montoya.
That'll do.
Yeah, he was a handful when we versed the Jaguares in Argentina one year.
Just a big bopper.
I just want to go back, Lecky. You talked about your injuries and the timing of them, and I have to totally agree with you. I think the timings of your injuries in particular have been probably at the worst times. I have no doubt that if you weren't injured, you would have already had a gold jersey by now. I think of you that highly. But talking to your move, I guess you moved down to Melbourne. Sammy Talakai, I think, is coming back.
Yep.
Twainer's going down.
Hamish Stewart.
Hamish Stewart, obviously. Rui Hamish is going down as well. Is there a sense of excitement? They actually played a bit. Their brand of footy was good this year, although the results didn't kind of go their way. I think they definitely stepped up in terms of how they were playing. Speaking of Stylesy going down there, is there a sense that there might be something exciting over the next 2 years down in Melbourne building?
Yeah, that's something that sort of helped me make the decision, I guess. Watching how they played towards the back end of the season, for me, I think before they beat the Highlanders in the last round, the round before that, then they had the Chiefs, and they lost in the 79th minute.
Yeah.
Prop scored a try, but they were in front at 78 something. So yeah, I guess just sort of seeing them just fall short a few times, but to see them finally get on to back it up and then get a dub on the board against the Highlanders in the last round was a big positive, big positive thing to see from my point of view, I guess. And yeah, then you add in the likes of who they're recruiting, and yeah, I just thought the bones of their team are pretty good, and yeah, if whoever's coming down, I guess, would be exciting to sort of add to what they've already building.
Any other exclusives, Muff? Well, we won't tell anyone, promise.
None that I'm not allowed to tell. Only Hammer just told me.
Yeah.
Let him know.
Yeah,
Smart move. Smart
So
move. Marv, I want to get your thoughts on it because we've spoken about it previously, and there's been a lot of. We saw on the weekend guys like Izzy Folau, Piatau, and all that sort of stuff going back to represent Tonga and all this sort of thing. So obviously, all the international teams are now probably going to be chatting to players with whatever home nation or heritage they do have. It is a two-parting question because A, has Kef reached out to you at least just to float the idea? And B, you are on the periphery coming back from the injury. As Doss said, you've had some bad injuries at bad times, but been right on the brink of a Wallaby jersey. Is there a lot of communication coming from Dave Rennie and his team in regards to a potential pathway for you back into a gold jersey as well?
Firstly, I haven't heard from Kefs at all. I have heard him say somewhere that because he's a Wallaby himself, he sort of respects Australian rugby in that sense. That he sort of won't really approach guys that are in that system, and will try and encourage them to sort of progress through the Australian rugby system. I've heard that from someone before, so I guess that's probably his standpoint of view. I spoke to Dave Rennie once. He was just in and around Ballymore earlier on in the year. It was it was still positive news. At that time I was only just beginning rehab, so there was no sort of nothing to sort of really look forward to in terms of good news. But yeah, I guess it just, like I said before, just always got to try and stay ready for any opportunity that could arise in the future.
Well, I mean, even if that pathway into the Wallabies isn't sort of clear right now, do you think maybe Australia A, Dow was saying that it looks like they're going to be playing more footy at the back end of this year. We just saw Hamish actually starting for them on the weekend. Do you think maybe that might be a goal for you at the back end of this year, maybe get in that squad just to get the wheels moving again?
Yeah, I'll never put my hand, not put my hand up, I guess, for any opportunity. So yeah, I guess I'll, when that time comes around, we'll have a look at where things are at, and if that's the right way for me to go, then that's the right way for me to go, I guess.
Awesome. Well, one last question, Marv. Big Fat Dash, you got something?
J-Ball.
Sorry, Marv. I just like
he
to
didn't
stitch
even have
up
his
Big Fat
microphone
Dash.
up.
He didn't even have his microphone in his hand. This is what I'm talking about. It's just good. I see his eyes glaze over when things happen like this.
We're just talking about, we're just freezing. We're just talking about how fucking cold is it?
Anyway, Marv, mate, thanks so much for joining us, brother. All the best with the recovery from the neck injury. We can't wait to see you and Hamish down at the Rebels next year, brother, and we wish you all the best.
All right, cheers, guys. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Yeah, Muff.
Cheers, Marv. Have a good one, brother.
Love to see him in a Wallabies jersey.
Alex Mafi, everybody.